Hello and welcome to the Scum and Villainy Report. Today we're diving into a hot button topic, the media's relentless attacks on Tulsi Gabbard. It's not a new story. Since her presidential campaign, outlets like the New York Times have targeted her with loaded headlines and smears, framing her as some kind of Kremlin apologist or Assad sympathizer. Now, with her nomination as Director of National Intelligence, these attacks have only escalated. What's going on here? Let's unpack the tactics being used to discredit someone with ideas that challenge the status quo. We start with this New York Times article, How Tulsi Gabbard Became a Favorite of Russian State Media. The message: if you agree with her stance on foreign policy, for example, opposing NATO expansion, you're automatically part of the Kremlin's playbook. This kind of narrative is eerily reminiscent of McCarthyism, where dissenting voices were smeared as un-American. Is this journalism or propaganda? Then there's Bari Weiss, a former New York Times writer who appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast. When discussing Tulsi, Weiss parroted criticisms she couldn't even explain. Rogan called her out on it, repeatedly asking her to define terms like Assad toady. She fumbled, exposing how these talking points aren't grounded in facts, but are regurgitated from echo chambers. It was a master class in how mainstream narratives collapse under scrutiny.
Who's in right now? So we have Kamala, Kirsten
Tulsi
Gillibrand. Oh, monstrous.
Monstrous?
Ideas.
Well, when she was 22, she had...
No, she's an Assad toady.
What does that mean?
She is
What's a toady?
I think that I used that word correctly. Jamie, can you check what toady means?
Like towing the line? Is that what it means?
No, I think it's like a... Toadie.
What does that mean?
I think it means what I think it means.
There you go.
Toady. Definition of toadies. A person who
sycophant,
flatters or defers to others
I
for
kinda used it right.
self-serving reasons.
A sycophant.
So she's an Assad sycophant. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's known about her.
Like, what did she say that, that
We have to look.
qualifies her?
I don't remember the details.
We
I've read
probably
it.
should say that before we say that about her. We should probably read it, rather.
Well, I have read it.
No, I mean, we should right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Just so we know what she said.
Look up
I've had her
Tulsi
on
Gabbard.
here before,
Look
and
up
I really
Tul-
enjoyed talking to her. I like her a lot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I like talking to her.
Okay,
I like
okay.
talking to her. I don't know about...
I think she's like the motherload of bad ideas.
Whoa.
I'm pretty positive about that, especially on Assad. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I'm wrong.
Well, my take on her was that I think as a person who's coming from the left, who's also a veteran and is very articulate and sensible and a woman, and in talking to her, we didn't get into Assad or any of those things, but talking to her about what she feels is wrong with the current administration and the way things are running and a direction she thinks things could go in, she had some very promising ideas.
The attacks on Tulsi go beyond foreign policy. Weiss pivoted to Gabbard's past stance on LGBTQ issues, something Tulsi apologized for years ago and has since been praised for by leading human rights organizations. Yet, critics dredge up old controversies, moving the goalposts whenever one narrative fails.
Did she ever apologize for believing in conversion therapy?
I didn't even know she believed in conversion therapy.
Am I crazy?
Is that real?
I'm almost positive this is real. I think her father ran
when you say
center
conversion therapy, you're talking about gay people.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that. I never heard that. I did hear something about when she was very young. She was like 22. She had said something about gay marriage and civil unions that she apologized for and said that she evolved. She reveals she met Assad in Syria without informing top Democrats.
I'm telling you,
She said she went on a fact-finding mission in support of peace for Syrian people, but characterized U.S.-backed rebels as terrorists.
Yeah, I mean, hold on.
I can keep looking, but
I'm
I
telling
don't have
you.
enough time to research everything all at the same time.
I can come back on when I know more.
Okay, but we can do this another time.
Okay.
But who do you think stands out for you as someone that would make a good president.
Yeah, she once touted working for an anti-gay group that backed conversion therapy. Anyway.
She once touted working for an
She worked for an anti-gay group.
She worked for them, like she had a job there?
What?
You know, I'm worried as a person who's been called alt-right adjacent.
I'm just looking
I'm
it
worried
up.
about labels. No, I understand.
So why the relentless smears? Tulsi Gabbard represents a threat to entrenched power structures. She challenges the U.S.'s endless wars, questions corporate media narratives, and speaks directly to the issues most Americans care about. For that, she's targeted. It's a tactic we've seen before, and it's one we should all be wise to by now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think these attacks are fair? Or is this another example of the media protecting its own interests?